Michael, tell me something good. What are you up to this Sunday? Alright, let's see if we're gonna go here. Alright, so I'm live on the YouTube as well. Let's see. Michael, got any questions? Let's see if I can do some cool effects here. Uptown Jungle. I don't know what Uptown Jungle is. Look at that. Look at these sparkles, Michael. Oh, look, we got the dark. This is like the dark chat. They need to give me. I wish they had this with like laser eyes. Why would anyone use these weird effects? I don't understand. That's weird. What? This is stupid. 8K? Oh man, I don't want to see myself in 8K. We don't want to do that, Mr. Michael. Indoor play place? That sounds like fun. Do they have like trampolines and things? Does that make my lips redder? Oh, it's weird. It makes me look more feminine. Woohoo! Instagram is a strange place, isn't it? What a strange place Instagram is. That's weird. It almost like automatically applies makeup. We're not gonna get. We're not gonna get many. All right. Well, let's go to the YouTube. Last time I had a lot more viewers. I think it might be a bad time of day. I might try this again tomorrow if I don't get a lot of people. Michael, if you want to, I think you can also request. Let's see here. Michael, if you want, you can join the stream. If you have anything you want to chat about. Here we go. Let's see here. You know what I need to do is get rid of all these extra. Okay, view. Here we go. That's kind of cool. I pushed accept. I don't know, Michael. I pushed accept. I don't know. What does this do? That just switches. This makes me. Nope, I cannot see you. Make sure. People who can see live videos will be able to watch. Go live with. Accept. I don't know. Instagram is not a great app. Let me tell you something about Instagram. It's very popular, has network effects, but it is not a well-made app. If I can just... Let's be real. Yeah, you can try something different. Oh, there's something.
There we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
For some reason, my Bluetooth's not working, and is there a lot of background noise?
Yeah, I hear a lot of kids in the background.
Hold on 1 minute. Let me switch gears. In Arizona, these indoor play places are the place to be when it's 110 degrees out.
Oh yeah, everyone's in the air conditioning.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Sorry about that.
Everyone's in the air conditioning.
Yeah, it's Phoenix. Phoenix is brutally hot during the summer. Have you ever been out here before?
No, not during. Well, I have been out to Arizona, but not during the summer.
Yeah, it's one of those things. How about in Northern California? Is it still hot out there?
It's like 95 today. so it's not
Very
terrible.
cool. Well, is it pretty open form? You mind if I ask some questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, with valence supplements, so normally to having like the account through Endomet Labs, we can get half off on supplements or discounted for practitioners. Um, I haven't looked into the affiliate program with Valence, but I mean, did they open up their inventory again? I mean, is everything pretty readily available?
From what I've seen, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, do you have like when you get on a program, is there like outliers with how much to take of each supplement versus the normal protocol because of how, the strength difference between endomets?
Are you talking about adjustments to the program between Valence and Endomit?
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the supplement. In general, I do like a little less of the Valence because they are more powerful. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Just in general, they are more powerful for sure.
And when it comes to going onto a program with like the detox protocols, the diet, do you have more of an accountability checklist, or is that the hair analysis app that kind of offers clients that accountability piece?
What do you mean by accountability? Like,
As far as helping people stay on track when it comes to the detox protocols, maybe recommendations on diets to get the 9 cups of cooked vegetables each day. Is there anything like that you found success with helping clients stay on track?
yeah, the main accountability just comes through like checkups. So I do like to keep in touch with clients fairly regularly, at least once a month. So I find that just the main thing is just reaching out to clients, just asking them how they are. If they have any questions about the program, how well they're doing, and if it's just to see where they're at and if any adjustments need to be made.
That makes sense. Is there anything new in Life Labs findings recently? Anything you want to talk about? I just kind of I haven't messed with Valence supplements yet, but I did place an order with Labor Day sales to get one of each.
Mm-hmm.
In anticipation with our hair test.
Yeah, what is your sodium to potassium ratio?
I haven't ran the test yet. I was getting ready to follow up with you in September so we could work on that together.
Well, when was you've had a test before, right?
Yeah, it's been a few months, so I wouldn't have the ratio offhand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you can still if it was only. It depends what it was and how long ago the test was. But if you have a very low ratio, the NAK up can help quite a bit. I would say the biggest improvement from Valence is the switch from the Limcum into the NAK up. The NAK up is significantly more powerful in my experience.
Okay.
So,
have you had any feedback with like the He-Man testosterone supplements or the cellular supplement?
no, I'm not as familiar with those. I mean, most people I'm not going to have take those because it's just another supplement. You know what I mean? We're already having. You have to think of it like we're already having people take like 6 to 8, sometimes 10 supplements. So it's like, what am I gonna have them have 2 more 3 times a day? Have them, at some point you just get diminishing returns, and it's too much to ask of people. It's too much to keep track of. It's just too many supplements.
Yeah, that's very true.
And something like He-Man is a little bit redundant in most cases. You know what I mean? Because He-Man, for the most part, is just something that's going to speed up the oxidation rate. You know what I mean? So
which is similar to Pyramid, right?
no, it's similar to Megapan or Slow Ox in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. Um,
Um,
so like I wouldn't recommend He-Man probably to someone in fast oxidation, especially. But but you know, most adults aren't going to be in fast oxidation anyway. But you know, if you're already taking Slow Ox or Megapan, it's like to a certain extent, it's just another supplement. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
What about lecithin? I noticed Dr. Wilson sometimes will add that to a regimen with someone that might be sympathetic dominant. Is that something that you usually incorporate, or is that again kind of just a little too much?
Lecithin is actually something that we include in every program now. Just because it's cheap and it provides a lot of benefit, but it's not as important as some of the other ones. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I would say TMG is probably more important.
Right.
But
Yeah, that makes sense.
but lecithin does help a lot of people, and it's relatively cheap and potent, so we do give it to everyone.
Okay. Okay. Do you and that makes a lot of sense. When it comes to diets, I know gosh, what is it? Josephine has a kind of a cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you recommend to kind of help people incorporate simple recipes to hit the numbers, on a daily basis, or what's your thought there?
Yeah. Also, I'm not as strict with the diet. You know,
Mhm.
what I tell people is like one meal out of the three doesn't have to be as centered around cooked vegetables. So there is more room for that third meal to be, there's more wiggle room.
Right.
But I mean, we do have a simple cookbook that I give to clients. It's like I don't know, it's one that a client of mine from several years ago made that she wanted to share. It's just like 20 or 30 recipes or something, but and you can adjust a lot of recipes to be more nutritional balancing friendly as well. You know, but simple things, like stir fries, lots of different stir fries, lots of different soups, lots of different Oriental dishes. You know,
And then with like the ages, right? Don't you have to be a little careful with certain types of stir fry methods, right? Like,
yeah, I mean nothing's gonna be perfect. Again, for most people, you're hitting diminishing returns. One thing that can happen, especially when you're reading Dr. Wilson's website, is that you get too obsessive about the diet.
right.
You know,
And it almost gets to the point where I'm sure with some people that it's that, what's that syndrome where people panic and never take the first step, because when you start encapsulating all the different moving parts, it can, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, stir fry for the most part is excellent, especially if you're starting a program and you're not trying to like dial it in 100%. And you have to realize that like for most people, like I tell them, other things are going to be more important than getting the diet like 100%. You're better. There's more things that are overlooked, and then that you're better off doing, and then just doing the diet like 80%. Does that make sense?
Right. So you're talking about all the vectors. So being consistent on sleep, the infrared saunas, the coffee enemas.
Going to bed early.
Right.
A lot of people they're not going to bed early. So what's more important, learning how to go to bed early, or dialing in that last 10% of the diet? Well, the answer is that going to bed is more important. Going to bed early is more important than dialing in that last 10% of the diet.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, REM sleep, it's like people just majorly discount that, but, you know, even sleeping before 12 and those early hours at night.
Right.
I know Lewis is a little bit more honed in on the, I think it's the LifeWave patches. Is that still, that's LifeWave, right?
Yes, they are called LifeWave. I actually have some. These ones.
And that almost kind of, oh, okay. Yeah. The X39 is, I think that's the baseline one, and then there's all the different other variations, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can try them. They're not that expensive if you want to try them.
No, I did it, and it's weird because I think the X39 and then I think it's the X49 was the ones that they kind of give on some of the orders together.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any experience with certain people getting maybe not necessarily healing reactions, but definitely having kind of, I don't want to say side effects, but, you know, reactions from incorporating those?
Yeah, people definitely can get detox from them.
Like nightmares, or what kind of, is there general? I mean, this is just conversational. I mean, I'm sure everyone's case is different.
The most similar would just be like ones that are associated with like copper detox.
That makes sense.
Right.
Well, I don't want to chew your ear off, Luke. I was hoping someone else would want to chime in and get the inside baseball of it.
Oh, you're fine.
Think you're getting a pen pal in Arizona at this rate.
You're good. Hey, if no one else wants to, all right. Let's see if anyone else has. Anyone else has any questions? Click. What did you do? You just did request to join. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I did. I should probably drop off my daughter's. She wants to go back inside and play. So.
All right.
I hope I didn't waste too much time, Luke. Thanks for always letting me hop on.
No, you're good, man. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for the questions. I appreciate them.
Okay, well, we'll be in touch soon. Thanks, Luke.
All right, bye. All right, anyone else have any questions? What about you, Keith? How's the ammo business? Anyone else that has any questions, click, just request to join, and then I'll let you join, and then it'll just be your audio or whatever. Or it'll be audio and video, I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, there's only one person. Gorgeous Georgie boy. Was that a picture of a dog? Is that a dog with an Instagram? Do you have any questions, Mr. Dog? Mr. Georgie boy? You want to learn how we can help dogs with mineral balancing? Give me 2 woofs. Are you AI? Alright, let's go to the YouTube. We got some questions on the YouTube, so I'm going to go to the YouTube. Alright, we got iNature. Got a test back eliminating cadmium, lead, and amigos. I don't have mixed vegetables every day sometimes. I wonder if they have any specific questions. Oh, it's a cat. We can help cats with mineral balancing. Once sodium to potassium ratio is balanced, how to maintain it? Cycle subs? Yeah, you're going to cycle subs basically, and it's important to retest your hair, every 3 to 4 months to see where you're at. What tends to happen as well as you tend to stay on a program, like what's happened with me and Lewis, for example, is our sodium to potassium ratios don't get as extreme as they do initially, right? So the first few years, you're going to get more extreme, like flips from high to low. let's say you go through a big potassium elimination, which most people do within their first few years on a program. Your NAK ratio is going to drip. It's going to drop way low, right? So it gets easier to maintain your sodium to potassium ratio. Also, especially as you do the pulling down exercise and stuff, you can actually start to feel like your sodium to potassium ratio. So for me and Lewis, for example, we can kind of start to tell when our sodium to potassium ratio needs adjusting. So I can usually tell when mine flips low or high, especially when it flips low and I start to need limb come in or NAK up. But the way that you maintain it is, you have to switch supplements every once in a while. And like I said, it gets easier to maintain that balance as you eliminate more things and your body gets healthier. And also you become more accustomed to what having a low or a high ratio kind of feels like. And you might be able to guess when you need a retest, for example. Or if you're good enough at it, you can even, many people, including myself, will just switch our supplements. For instance, today, I feel like my ratio is starting to flip too high, so I took a zinc today. Whereas before, I've been on NAK up. If it specifically changes during... I imagine if it does, it probably goes lower during the menstrual cycle. So when women have their periods, I imagine that it goes lower. Maybe I'm wrong, though. That's an interesting question. I do not know. If I had to guess, I would say lower. Because I believe women are a little lower energy during that state, aren't they? Maybe not. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they have more energy during that state. Are women more or less charged during their menstrual cycle? I don't know. You could look at what hormones are elevated and vice versa during the cycle and see how that correlates to sodium to potassium ratio. I haven't seen much correlation, though, Georgie boy. It could be because a hair test... It could be because a hair test is like an amalgamate of like 3 months, so it's hard to see. It's hard to see that specific sodium potassium ratio during the menstrual cycle because we can't really just test the hair during the shorter period. I feel like I can't tolerate NAK up during luteal phase. Let's see. What is the? I don't even know what the luteal phase is. The luteal phase. The second part of the menstrual cycle, issues with the length of timing. So that's at the end of the month, okay. And you can't tolerate the sodium potassium. That's interesting. Can you tolerate the zinc during that? I don't know. Does zinc make you feel better? Maybe that would make sense at the end that it does raise your sodium potassium ratio. Honestly, that would be a better question for a woman practitioner. Maybe next time I interview... That's actually a good topic for discussion. Maybe I should discuss more of the gender differences and how they affect programs. Maybe I'll have Susan or a female practitioner back on and we'll talk about if they've noticed something like that. You could be onto something, gorgeous boy. Who I imagine is a girl and not a boy. Yeah, because you're talking about your little face, so you're obviously a woman. Yes, feel better on zinc. I can basically go 2 weeks and I can get 2 weeks zinc. Okay, but what was your ratio on your last test? And how long ago was your recent test? That would provide me a lot more information as well, though. Georgie boy, do you want to go live? Here. How about you just ask your questions? Let's see here. If you can, just go live with me here. And then you can ask your questions in the format. I'm not sure 2.2? Well, that is pretty balanced. You know, if it's 2.2 is pretty balanced. So can't go live right now. Okay. Well, but yeah, that's a good question about the menstrual cycle. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, 2.2 is a fairly balanced ratio, so you could be on the right track doing the 2 and then the 2. Um, so you do 2 weeks NAK up, 2 weeks zinc. Yeah. I mean, I would try to maybe do 1 week zinc if I were you. Maybe try to just do like a half dosage of zinc during your luteal phase. Okay. What's up, Jono? It's cracking, baby. All right, let's see. Let's go back. How do I navigate consuming sea salt while it raises my blood pressure? Sea salt doesn't actually tend to raise blood pressure nearly as much as people think. Okay. That's one of the lies that they tell you. Yeah, you're welcome, Georgie boy. Let's see. Captain Coins. Do you want to ask a question, Captain Coins? Let's see here. I'm going to invite you, Captain Coins. You're on the spot. Oh, you declined me? Oh, no, that was Georgie boy. Zinc makes me feel like I'm going to crash. Oh, come on. None of you guys can go live. You guys are no fun. Just kidding. Alright, zinc makes me feel like I'm going to crash, but NAK up makes me feel manic. My ratio is 2.6. Yeah, that is pretty in between. What I would try to do, Captain Coins, is try to lower your dosage of either. So I would try your best to feel that your ratio is on that day. For example, if I work really hard physical labor multiple days in a row, I can feel my NAK ratio start to drop because I'm just less charged, right? I'm discharging too much, and so that NAK ratio drops. And so what I would do if I were you, I'd try to feel what your ratio is during the day, and then I would also lower the dosage. Okay. So when was your last test, Captain Coins? Was it within the last 3 months? I would also lean towards, because it's at 2.6, I would lean a little towards zinc. Okay. 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. I would try doing smaller dosages, especially. Are you taking the Endomet or the Valence supplements? Especially if you're doing the Valence supplements, you got to do half of them. If your ratio is that balanced, you got to do half. You can't tolerate the zinc at all. Have you tried a half of the zinc or even a quarter? Yeah, see, the Valence ones are more powerful, and see, that's one tricky thing about the Valence supplements is that they are more powerful, and if you have a balanced sodium to potassium ratio, it can be hard to manage the NAK up and the zinc matrix. But have you tried half a zinc? And do the zinc at night. The NAK up is going to be better in the morning, and then the zinc is better at night. But can you not tolerate a half a zinc? Can't tolerate. You can't. I imagine you're saying you can't tolerate zinc at all, right? Okay, but have you? It shoots me up in a super fast. Have you tried half a zinc though, or half an NAK up? Have you tried half of either one? Is it the K? What is your oxidation rate? Are you in fast or slow oxidation, Captain Coins? So those would be my recommendations, Captain Coins. Okay, first of all, slight fast in and out of 4 lows. Okay. Slightly fast in and out of 4 lows. So if you're slightly fast, yeah, I would recommend that you do lean more towards the zinc. Like I said, have you tried half of a zinc? And take the zinc at night. So number 1, try to like gauge yourself on a daily basis. Number 2, lower the dosages. You can even go like a fourth of a zinc, a fourth of an NAK up. What's the thing that's nice about the Valence supplements is that you can pop them open and that you can take the powder out and you can dosage them however you want. And then I would also dose them differently in the time of day, right? So NAK up is going to be better during the day, and then zinc is going to be better at night. What you could even do, yeah, but have you tried half of one or a quarter of a one? Another thing you can do is you can do like you can try half an NAK up in the morning, and then half a zinc at night. Because if you're just yeah, that's half. Well, if you do it at night, right, you're not going to be moving anyway. What you can also do is take like I said, take NAK up in the morning. It's going to be a stimulant, right? And you don't do your afternoon dosage, okay? Just do in the morning, do half an NAK up, and just ride that wave a little bit, and then take the half of zinc at night. You can also try that. And then I would recommend extra CalMag at night as well with the zinc. Because that way, if you're taking just the zinc at night, and it makes you crash, it's not a big deal, right? Because you're kind of gonna crash to go to sleep anyway, right? And you can treat the NAK up more like a cup of coffee or something. You're welcome. Yeah, but yeah, don't go over a half of either. Hello, Lotus. Does overcooking the vegetables can be harmful? I mean, you can overcook the vegetables. It is somewhat harmful. It's not going to really... yes, Captain Coins. I do consulting. You can just shoot me a message on Instagram, and we can set something up. Or you can text me. Here. If you want to shoot me a text. Or you shoot me an email. That's my email. If you want to shoot me an email. So yeah, you can do anything. Just DM me on Instagram, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, whatever. Oh, I was on... Okay, let's go back to the YouTube. Hello, Lotus. Does overcooking the vegetables... Yeah, it could be harmful. I mean, are you referring to, like, harming the vegetables? Yeah, overcooking the vegetables can be a little bit harmful. The most thing is that you don't want to burn them. If you, like, cook them till they're too soft, it's not as big of a deal. For instance, if you're just, like, boiling them and then you just, like, boil them for a little too long and they're just, like, too mushy, that's not that big of a deal. It's worse if you burn them. So, for instance, if you're, like, cooking vegetables in the oven or, like, doing a stir fry or you're broiling them or barbecuing them or whatever, and then you overcook them, and there's going to be a lot of carbon. That's worse. But I mean, it's not going to really harm you, especially compared to like most things. But yeah, it is best if you do not overcook the vegetables. Basically, you want to cook the vegetables so they're soft, not mushy, and you don't want to burn them. He goes, cadmium is a very difficult one to eliminate. Alrighty, let's see. Do we have any more? Who is watching? Just one more. Let me scroll back. Is it the case that stopping salt mimics fast oxidation? I'm not sure what you're saying. Are you in fast oxidation? Orumai? I have no idea how to say your name. I'm sorry. I'm sure I butchered it. I'm sure I butchered it. That's okay, though. It could be that the salt is somewhat pushing you into fast oxidation. Is that what you're saying? You're in very slow oxidation. I mean, I would so you feel better when you stop salt? Is that what you're saying? I mean, it's possible that you're getting some sort of... It also depends on the type of salt that you're eating. Is it like a high quality sea salt? Let me scroll up and see if I can see if you said anything specifically. Okay. Have you tried just a little salt? It could be that you're overdoing the salt. Make sure it's sea salt. Make sure it's a high quality sea salt. Redmond's real salt is one of our favorites. Yeah, little is good. Yeah, then you might be overdoing it. Just do as much as you can handle. You can overdo anything, including salt. Do you agree with taking GHK injection? Depends. You know? Not for most people. The GHK I don't recommend for most people, just because most people don't know what they're doing. Lewis has been on the program for 10 years. He knows what he's doing. He knows if something is young, like if it's unbalancing him. You know what I mean? He knows what he like. But for some people, it might be a game changer. Yeah. Yeah, if you can handle little and it's good quality, then that's fine. Just don't overdo it. Just listen to your body. If you can't handle more than a little bit of salt, that's fine. Have I tried No, BioFlow is one I have not tried. No, I've tried most of their supplements, but I have not tried the BioFlow. I should order some. Actually, that reminds me. Well, I still have GB3. in like a month when I run out of GB3, what I'll do is I'll order some BioFlow. That's what I'll do. Okay. I think I'm about to wrap it up. Thank you for the questions, guys. I will probably go live again tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow morning. Maybe early afternoon. Maybe we get more people on next time. But thank you for your questions, you guys. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.